Hello everybody, my name is Sniping is Fun, and I welcome you all back to a quick little update video I kind of wanted to record on top of the two videos I just recorded last night, the RWBY Volume 6 predictions and me showing off Orbit Away, you know, the board game I made well back in 8th grade, and showed you that. And I was looking through cleaning out my desk last night, and I found this, which is my old, my portfolio book from college. During not my last semester, if you looked at my graduating 10 years out of high school, I think I mentioned my time at, Baker College and my college years, that last year I took, which was a web development certificate. My last actual, in my bachelor's of digital media design, this was the portfolio I had to put together my last semester. And you know what? I kind of want to show you some of the work I've done in school before. I know over the years I've kind of showed you a few things here and there from college, and I think one or two things from high school at some point as well. But I kind of want to show you this. I came across this, and I really want to show you what I've learned and what work I've done since, when I was in college. And if I find anything else from college, like little sketches, doodles, little weekly assignments or whatever from high school or college, little small doodle like drawings for sketching out ideas for work stuff I had to do, or other different assignments I had to do, weekly assignments or finals or midterms or whatever else projects I can figure out. I will show you guys those as well. But I found this, and I actually want to go through it quickly and show you just some of the work I've done, just so you can see basically what I've learned and what I've done over the years in, at my time in college. Now, before I'm going to turn this away because the front page has all my information, contact information, and whatnot, and I don't want you to see that. So you could just look at this nice plan over there, and I will show you quickly before I move on. This is the logo I'd make. We had to make a logo defining ourselves and whatnot. So I picked my initials. You don't know my name, so you can guess whatever the heck you want. I have told you my name is Tom though, so there's a T right there. I put Triforce on there and made it look kind of like a Nintendo logo. So yeah, there you go with that. And we had to do basically 3 terms that defined ourselves. So I thought balanced, positive, and inspired kind of, I guess, represented me. You never know about that. And let's get started. And this, and this portfolio is split between 2 different final portfolios. At the beginning, this is my bachelor's in digital media design, a lot of graphic work. At the end, you'll see you see a slightly different one, which was my final portfolio for my computer animation associates. So yeah, let's get this started. This is a movie poster. We had to make an original movie poster. So I made one of Spider-Man. And I started this, and here's the funny story about this. I actually had to slightly adjust this. I already had the thing printed off and mounted and everything, and then I go and look at the information. Oh, it has to be original. So I slightly changed it, because I basically put it in the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies, because at the time they were still coming out. I think the second one was out. Amazing Spider-Man was out for a year, maybe half a year, or just recently came out. I'm like, oh, I made Amazing Spider-Man 4 or 5 and put Carnage in there, and I found a Carnage picture and Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield, and I put Jim Carrey as Spider-Man, as Carnage, because it was rumored one day that he would be he'd make a good Carnage and whatnot. So I found a picture of him kind of halfway transformed into Carnage and put him in the background right there. And we had to make it original, and at the last minute I had to pull the thing off my board, and I had to do something over. So I said, oh, it's Spider-Man, Wrath of Carnage, and Lee Thompson's Spider-Man. So I basically made it Miles Morales versus Carnage kind of movie. So I slightly made it original. Came out in 2017, apparently. And the movie's still not out, so there you go. Spider-Man poster, we had to make a poster, and this is a picture of me actually printing it out, sticking it on the wall at school. And there you go. This is another poster, but the original picture wasn't a poster, I don't think. We actually had to make a picture where we had to do something in the background and do certain design on the character. So I picked the Shield from WWE. This is back when they were still together. So this is 2014, 15-ish. I'd say 2014-ish. I made this because when they first started, really. And I just turned into a wrestling poster, WWE with Extreme Rules live on pay-per-view Sunday, May 4th. And I just basically looked at how they normally did their posters and put it together like that. But what I had to do for this portfolio, and the teacher recommended we do this, we had to put something like practical use. We had to actually use our assignments and put them into practical use, what we would do for day-to-day jobs and stuff like that. So it's not just showing up what the work we did, but also how would we use it in a day-to-day basis for a job kind of thing. So a lot of these things were turned into stuff after the actual assignment. This actual assignment, I don't recall being a poster. I'm not sure. I think it was just the background, and then I had to add the all the poster stuff in the end to make it practical for my portfolio. And there's it on the wall, printed off. This is Nintendo Force, which was at the time still a new magazine. I think it only had one issue, so I basically had to make like a magazine cover. So I picked Nintendo Force, and I basically, it's Nintendo Force. Let me go look at this one instead. It might be better to look at, contests and comics and puzzles, talking about Project Crossroads and New Smash Bros., which at the time was the fourth one. Yeah, so this would have been like 2013. Castlevania Mirrors of Fate, Animal Crossing New Leaf, Wonderful 101, Pandora's Tower, Lego City Undercover, Harmonite, March 2013. Yeah, so this would have been probably like January, February. And it was my version of the second issue. So we had to make like a magazine cover, and then for the portfolio, we had to make it look practical. So I put it on an actual magazine that was sitting on a desk at the school. So there you go. Here we had to make a 2-page spread. We had to make like a 2-page spread, and I just, was obsessed with Smash Bros. At the time, because this is around the time it was about to be announced, and my channel was obsessed with predicting and speculating back then. So I just basically said, I'm going to talk about Smash Brothers, and put this nice picture in the background, move over here. I include X, which never happened, Dylan, which would have been cool. I found a picture of him, and then threw in a bunch of characters like Andy, Gary, him, Issa Joe, Matthew, Micaiah, Lloyd Irving, Little Mac, and Travis Touchdown. Basically picked like a information from some sort of article I found online. Super Smash Bros. It's a preview and Wii U 3DS and to be announced, and had to make it a 2-page spread. So here you go with a 2-page spread. That was pretty cool. This was a magazine. Well, it was turned into a magazine, but like I said before, practical use. The actual original assignment, we had to take like a picture of a person, throw them on the background, do like a filter. I forgot some sort of gradient filter, which like you see how Daniel Craig's James Bond's all like dark and like darker areas and the lighter areas and some sort of gradient type feel over it. I forgot the exact filter it was in Photoshop, because we had to put this, I made this in Photoshop, but I took that picture and he's like practical use. So what best to talk about James Bond, then put him on Entertainment Weekly, talking about Avatar 2, which still has not happened yet, and talk about James Bond's new adventure exclusive and Entertainment Weekly cover with the barcode, and it's on a magazine in the school with a keyboard in the background. That was one of the computer labs. And it's just like, make it practical use. I took a picture that I made. We had to do a certain filter on a person and just turn it into a magazine. This right here, the actual assignment was actually making the logo. I forgot if the teacher actually gave us the company to do, or we had to go pick one out ourselves. We had to change the logo, make a new logo up. And that was the original assignment, was making this, but then obviously practical use. So you can't just say, I made a logo. You actually have to put the logo in some sort of thing. So it's like a poster filter type of thing with, cats and dogs, and it's like adoptions of center of animals and stuff. And I put that into a magazine. I'm hoping that's not their real phone number. Please don't go on if you do. We had to make a poster. This is an actual assignment. We had to actually make a poster. So I picked a video game oriented poster. I made most of this stuff. Most of these are like the Pac-Man Ghost, Pac-Man the Palace, the Pokeball, the Space Invaders, the Sonic Head, Mario Mushroom, whatnot. In Illustrator, I actually took pictures from Google and just traced them over and put, like, if you ever used Illustrator, you know exactly how to do that stuff. I didn't do that with the Donkey Kong arcade machine. I just kind of put a filter over it, because that would have been a little hard to kind of put that together. I still would like to do that maybe one day. But all these simple ones, I kind of put I actually made those as images in Illustrator, which is the reason why they're not pixelated and stuff. They're really clear and crisp, and there's the E3 logo. And it's scheming through the years and different little information that you probably would get, like this poster at E3 and whatnot. Like, 1972's Atari formed in Pong, and Pac-Man's 1980. Billy Mitchell sets a high score in 82. The video game crashed in 83 in America. NES brings it back in 85. And Sega Nintendo War 89. 94 was the ESRB. And then 2001 was when Sega left the hardware. It was supposed to be an informational thing. I stuck this on the wall in the school. There you go. And this was a fun assignment. We had to make like a poster. So I just, obviously, a lot of the assignments in school, I basically put my interests on, like, anime and video games and wrestling and whatnot. So I kind of just went with that if I was given the chance to. Here's a Pepsi poster, magazine, article type thing. Now, this assignment is where I had to really, unlike the James Bond one, which is simple, just throwing stuff on it and just make it into a magazine. This is where I actually had to get creative. One of our assignments was like an oxymoron type of thing, where we had to make like logos. I forgot the exact art style, like the exact type of art it is. When you make art out of words, you see this is the Pepsi logo and it's a bunch of words in the background. And it's like, okay, he looked at it, he's like, this looks nice, but this is just a random poster of different like logos. One, because I made a logo, the actual assignment I made, put like the McDonald's logo, Disney, Pepsi, Nintendo, and I forgot Cartoon Network. And I basically made a bunch of different logos just splattered across the page and different words about them. But like, that's not practical. That's not something to actually see. So put this in the background, make it look at words, even though it says calories and stuff. So that's really total carbs, something you really would want to see in an actual Pepsi advertisement. Have a Pepsi day through guy drinking his Pepsi. That, put in the magazine. There you go. And this is that, like I said, this is the McDonald's logo. And I threw a person in the background. Eat healthy, or also it's like an anti-fast food kind of thing. So there's that, and put that on the wall too. And made a poster that you walk by and be like, oh no, they're going after fast food and grease and unhealthy foods and whatnot. So that's basically what I used the McDonald's logo for. And that's, like I said, practically used. We'd put in like magazine covers, magazine ads, posters, like something you would sell, something that a company would actually make. They wouldn't just put something together just to show off like a logo or something. So that's like, it's practical use, but this is all from the same assignment. This McDonald's logo, that Pepsi logo, and the same thing. If I ever find out where the actual assignment is, I will show you guys, because it's like different logos all together. And here's the Cartoon Network logo from that. I basically just picked different shows from it that's ever been on Cartoon Network: Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, Johnny Quest, Captain Planet, Tenchi Muyo, Star Wars Clone Wars, Sheep in the Big City, Hamtaro, and then Eddie, Cow and Chicken, whatever happened to Robot Jones, My Gym Partner is a Monkey, Justice League, Young Justice, The Kids Next Door. A bunch of different, shows that have ever been on there. Samurai Jack, Powerpuff Girls, Ben 10, Adult Swim, Toonami. And just basically, I turned this logo from that assignment with the McDonald's and Pepsi into basically a giant poster that was supposed to be like an anniversary of Cartoon Network. It was 1992 to 2014, Cartoon Network 2000, copyright 2014. Something you would probably go buy on their website or go to like a convention or something and see, oh, this is advertising Cartoon Network's history. And it's just a big giant poster that's supposed to be like their logo if you look at it for a distance. Words and stuff inside. This one, we actually had to make trading cards, and I was contemplating what the heck I want to talk about. Do I want to talk about anime? Do I want to talk about video games or wrestling? Or what the heck would I... I was thinking actually really at first I remember doing like a Smash Brothers one, but I wanted to be original and kind of get into something different. So I talked about J-Stars Victor vs. Plus, which is around the time this game was coming out. I just basically picked characters from it, like Kenshin, Yusuke Urameshi, Goku, Ichigo, Luffy, and Naruto, and basically just kind of put a tinted, less opaque version of them in the background, and basically kind of went into talking about like voice actors, like first appearance the character had basically like on the manga, their English and Japanese voice actors, and like different like information about them, and then like special attack type stuff in the background picture. And I went with the color scheme of the logo, which was like black and yellow and red and white. So that's kind of where I got the idea for the card, at least from. And then I kind of made it practical and used one of my old like Pokemon like trading card like binders and just printed them off and stuck them in there like they're trading cards. There you go. You want the J-Stars Victor versus cards that never came out? Here you go. You can buy them and put them inside, collect them. There you go. That was a fun assignment. This is a 2-page spread again, but this is actually me taking it out and sticking it in the magazine for that Smash Brothers thing. This is another logo thing, just like a new leash on life. I made a Great Clips logo, except with that one, like it was more so we had to find one online, or he gave us one. This one we actually had to go find an actual company locally and ask them if we could make their logo. So there you go. I took this, I cut off their logo, which if you know Great Clips, which I'm assuming it's more than just local place. It's just Great Clips, and it's the most basic logo. So I picked theirs, put like hair clips and hair and black and red and white. And then this is me taking a picture in front of their store. If you look close enough, you probably could find me standing there. I think that's me. And there's the business card I made, which stuck it there. This, relax, you're at Great Clips hours. Don't call them, please. That was a logo making one. This one, it's like one of those old like Obama type poster type design things. The original one was not. The original one was Mega Man, and we had to do it in school. We had to do like an assignment of that, and then like the teacher's like, okay, you made one of them. How about you make most of them and make them like more of them and turn them into a postcard type thing? So I did Sora, Kirby, Simon Belmont, and Pikachu, and I put them onto envelopes. And there you go. There's envelopes, and there's stamps, postage stamps. So there you go. And here's the original Mega Man one. I put the most effort into this one because this was like a weekly assignment. When there, okay, before the end of the class, you put this picture together. You pick a picture out, and you make one of these posters of it. And he gave us like instructions on how to kind of do it, but we kind of had to do it ourselves. By the time I got to these ones, I actually knew how to do it simply. I actually figured out the way the teacher actually wanted us to do it, which is time efficient. This one I took like hours of class on, and I really went in detail on. So this one's a lot more detailed than that one. There you go. This one right here is Nikki's. It's a pizzeria type place, Greektown, Detroit. A website. This isn't just like artwork. That we actually had to go into HTML and make the websites with like Flash and whatnot. Or what's the web? What's the thing called? I'm trying to remember. InDesign or something. One of those things like InDesign, Illustrator, Photoshop. Flash. The program that's mostly web, and I forgot what exactly it is. So yeah, there's that, and we actually had to make the website. We had to improve their website, so it's actually something you can click on. I don't know if it still works anymore in my files, but there you go. And we had to do pictures and talk about we had to find a way to improve their website. That was like our final project in my last digital media design class. Not the portfolio one, the other one. There was like multiple classes I had, so it's like one of my final classes I had. This was our final, was fixing this website. So yeah, there you go with that. And now that was the end. That was the end of my graphic design, my digital media design portfolio. This now starts my computer animation poster. Like, a lot of like stuff I did with like 3ds Max and yeah, you can look down here, 3ds Max, and like modeling like textures and whatnot. So there's my original character, Zach Samat. I have no idea how I came up with that name. All I know is that's my name backwards. If you know, my name's Tom. So there you go. That's the only information I'm gonna give you of that. Let's see the character. Yeah, this is a 3D model character I came up with. He's so cool. I couldn't do hair, so I gave him a bandana. Ha ha ha! And then I made a Mega Man one. That was one of our major 3D modeling things. And I think it turned out really good, actually. And here's weapons. I just was so fascinated with doing weapons, so I did the Master Sword from Legend of Zelda. And the teacher recommended I do my portfolio as if I'm doing like a game magazine. Like, he's seen a lot of my game, like my characters and weapons, and he's like, oh, how about you do it like it's like a gamer's guide, like a guide you get to, how you beat the game and whatnot, like official gaming guide kind of thing. So I just turned it into that. So that's why it says details on how to unlock, and it's like, oh, pass the trials, the Temple of Time, and pull the Master Sword out of the stone. I made the Master Sword. I also made the Monado. I really like doing weapons. Like, for one summer when I had no classes, I just went I always went at least one time a week into the lab, and I just worked on 3ds Max. I worked on Photoshop. I worked on Illustrator, and just tried to practice my stuff, which I need to get back into that stuff. It's been a while since I'm kind of need to get a refresher course on doing this stuff, but I just was fascinated doing weapons. I did the Keyblade from Kingdom Hearts. That was kind of fun. I did the Falchion from Fire Emblem. I do think the texture could probably be a little bit better. It's a little too bright with the shiny metal texture I put on it, but it turned out pretty good overall. I like it. I was really fascinated with doing like the Legend of Zelda stuff. So Lens of Truth from Legend of Zelda. I did the Hyrulean Shield from Legend of Zelda. There's also 3ds Max. Boomerang, the bomb, the boss key, and the Pillar of Life, which I've mentioned this before. I did my internship in my associate's degree with one of my teachers. He makes like a 3D model of downtown Detroit. So this is actually like if you live in Detroit, you probably know this is somewhere down in Detroit. It's like a little statue kind of thing. So I call it the Pillar of Life, even though it's just a random little thing that someone made. There you go. And I just turned it into like a video game thing. Like I said, this is supposed to be like a video game guide kind of perception. And you can't really see it. The light's good. Like, my picture's a little too dark. But here's the 3D model of that character originally before. And I can get good light. There we are. That's a little bit better. Sitting next to an arcade machine I made. I just propped him up there. And him pulling this, like, with a slightly textured where he's like green, so it's like Legend of Zelda. Pulling the Master Sword out, a little scene I made of him walking up and actually taking the sword out. And those were still 3ds Max. And this was just fun, little stuff I added. These had nothing to do with college and whatnot. I just wanted to show off my drawing skills. I'm like, in my portfolio, I show off my like Photoshop skills, my Illustrator skills, my 3ds Max skills, and all that stuff. But I want to show off I can actually draw pencil-wise. So these are little things I drew over the time online during the time of Operation Rainfall, because some of this stuff is from the Operation Rainfall days. But just so I can show those skills off, I showed off like my drawing of Shulk, which I, when we had to draw a pit when we were doing like Operation Rainfall, I mailed this to like Nintendo. This picture, copied it and mailed it to them. There's a picture of the girl from Earthseeker and Reggie's destroyed car. Aeron from Pandora's Tower, one of the Dragon Quest guys. What's her name from Fatal Frame 2, and the Earthseeker lady, the slime and whatever is thing from Earthseeker. Oh, like, when do our games come out? And that's when Aeron called, Reggie about Pandora's Tower, which we did finally get, unlike some of the other games. Alpha Mega Sin from YouTube celebrating Xenoblade coming to America, so go pre-order the game now, even though it's been out for 6-7 years now. So I wanted to show my pencil skills, and this is the new Leash on Life logo by itself. I used the Lazy Dog font on that, so I guess it really kind of relates to it. And Detroit Drive. This is another logo we did. We had to actually design like a team based, like, the class came up with a team name that we all did our version of it, which I think the drive term came up because, Detroit, Motor City, cars and whatnot. And I think a lot of people actually went for that, but I wanted to be original a bit. So I talked about drive like driving the ball down the field like in baseball. So I picked like a semi-robot looking dude and knocking the ball out of the park. There you go. And then there's that logo again. I just was showing it because this is two different portfolios. The ones from before and this one. So I tried to show it off in both. So there's the same portfolio in there. And the next page is my resume. I don't really want you to see it, but a quick look at it. You probably want to see it. There you go. There's my resume, which definitely needs to be improved now. That resume is like a couple years old. So, yeah, that's my portfolio, and hope you guys all liked it. Nice work I did in Illustrator and, InDesign, 3ds Max, Photoshop, pencil skills, whatever. I just wanted to kind of show you guys that just so you can see what work I've kind of done, and one day I'll hopefully use this to find some work. One day. But like I said, that's it. I hope you guys liked it. Put in the comments what you guys think. Do you guys want to see more of my work? If I can look through my stuff and find my old work from college and high school and whatnot. More so college, because I think I've proved a lot with my stuff and doing obviously all like the side things like Illustrator and Photoshop. So yeah, if you guys want to see more of it, let me know. This is the video. Hope you guys liked it. Peace. Please subscribe if you want to. Have a lovely day, and thank you.